What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast presented by Windy City Sports Cards. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Bologna, the Southside bum, and Dougie Freshness. And Peter, I'm already putting you on a foul because you just quote tweeted and said, consider this the White Sox pregame show. Sox aren't playing today.
Oh, come on.
Excuse me while I delete a tweet. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, my
Pregame
God.
show for tomorrow. Just a very early pregame
Yeah, I didn't
show.
say which game. I didn't say which game.
That is true. Yeah. You saved your. No, don't delete it. Don't delete it.
They're like, you know what? I live by the never delete tweet things, so I'm not deleting it. I'm not deleting it. I'm gonna say right now. I'm not
It's just
You're gonna
it's
own.
a mistake. Yeah, own it.
You're gonna own
tomorrow's
the
pregame.
24. You know what? The BumCast can be a 24-hour celebration for pregame. Is a pregame show, so I like it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's pregame. I'm not deleting this tweet.
Good job. Yes, but welcome everyone, guys. Happy to be here with you. Happy Monday, and we had a crazy weekend. I mean, we got a lot to dig in here. Peter, we'll start with you because you turned back the clock. You went old school. How was Lala, my friend?
I am alive. I'm alive to tell the tale, and I am proud of myself and my wife. We did turn back the clock when Julie said that she wanted to get Lala tickets. We used to be an every summer Lala family, but that was when we didn't have a family. It was just me and Julie. So we would go 3 days. We'd go whenever. We're big on that. I don't think I've been there in a good decade, close to a decade. Things have changed. Maybe it's like I get older, they stay the same age, kind of dazed and confused.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
But I survived, and I'm here to tell you, it's not as scary as it sounds. If you're 40 years old and want to go to Lollapalooza, it's a good ass time. It's not like the Lala of old. We were in the pre-show, talking about it, and everyone's talking about like kids high on drugs and like just swarm of crowd. These what generation would that be? Like the high school, college kids of now. They're all very polite. They have almost too many manners. Back when I used to go to shows, there used to be some elbows and something like this. These kids nowadays, except for at the end of Olivia Rodrigo, which I'll talk about in a little bit, people, I mean, there was like 100,000 people in that one section, and people were getting mad that people were coming and going. And there's this one girl that's like, this is not an exit. I'm like, lady, this entire place is an exit. It's an entire enter and exit. Like, you can't say that. But overall, it's a lot tamer. I mean, they got that down to a science now. Like entry, we were in there 5 minutes.
Do you still have to like hold up your wristband and like
just in the beginning? Yeah, to make sure you got a wristband. And now that we're a little bit older and Julie's wise, she's the wise one. She got GA plus. So we had general admission plus, which gave us air conditioned restrooms, no porta potties.
Oh, I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that is great.
Ooh, the boar's head of Bologna that day.
Aaron met us up. We ended up finding, I gotta say, Jack Daniel's Lounge or whatever. It's 21 and over, so there's no riffraff in there. They had like Jack Daniel's slushies and mixed drinks. Also had air conditioned bathrooms in that section. I could have just stayed there the whole night. It was a great time.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like that episode of The Simpsons when they went to Itchy and Scratchy Land, and they had a area just for the adults. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
how you're describing everything. Yes,
we were in the
air conditioned bathrooms or porta potties. Jack Daniel's area, which I'm sure they
should just like have an adults only area, and it'd be called like the 401k lounge.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
If they
Sponsored by AARP.
If they had a Kohl's there, I would have spent all my Kohl's cash buying golf polos there. It would have been great.
Kohl's cash.
You must have a 401k if you want to enter this adults only area.
Like we didn't see any of the K-pop bands or any of those type of people. So like, we saw Bleachers and a couple bands Julie wanted to see, Caroline Kingsbury. That was an adult, like an older crowd for those. So we had a great time. Now, Julie might complain about Olivia Rodrigo because that was they broke the record for most people. It broke last year's record for Chapel Roan. It was the most people at one stage at one time. It was a hairy situation for a while, but everyone was mostly polite, so it was cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I was watching. Obviously, they have these on Hulu as well too. The live stream. So I was watching on Friday. Dojo. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Joe. Yeah,
Joe.
I was gonna say Doja Cat.
I kept on looking at the singer. It's like, man, that guy looks just like the guy from
It is
Stranger Things. Well, no, I didn't know that. I kept on looking, I was like, man, this guy's pretty good. And but man, that guy looks familiar. And I was like, all right, I gotta look at this. And I went on Wikipedia and I'm like, holy shit, that's Steve.
Joe, Steve. Actor's name is Joe Carey. So he spells his band's name DJO. So it's still Joe, just people don't know how to say it. We did not see him. He's got one song. He's got the Chicago, Back in Chicago. It's on every Instagram and TikTok, and everyone went crazy about it last summer. But I'm like, we don't have to see one song. We need to see more songs.
So, Peter, you said they were polite. There's no elbows. You didn't have to like body check some
for the most part.
Like...
No, dude, I'm telling you, it's like a different crowd. And obviously, I grew up going to like different concerts, right? Like it's not like a Rancid crowd where it's like people are there to be angry. So it was shockingly like. I'm telling you, Lala's got it down to an efficiency. Even like the food lines were like non-existent. Like it was so fast. They're just churning out whatever they want and like the beers and everything else. Now, granted, shit's expensive. Don't get me wrong. You guys want to spend? You guys want to guess how much money I spent on alcohol? Just me, because Julie got one drink, so it was just me.
Let me see.
I'm gonna go. You spent.
Wait, hold on. Before we answer, how long were you there? What was the time period?
Yeah,
we the first band we wanted to see was at 3:15. Okay. We got there around 2:30.
Okay.
And we left middle of Olivia Rodrigo's set. We didn't stay for the whole thing because we're too old.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm doing the math over here.
Beers just for you. I'm gonna go. At that time frame, so that was about what, 7 hours? 9 hours, about 7 hours. I'm gonna guess you were in the hole for probably 270.
Ooh, all right. Higher or lower, Dougie, Johnny?
I was gonna go lower. I was going 235.
7 hours. Is that what we're talking about over here?
Yeah, roughly.
7 hours. I'm gonna go a little bit lower than that. I'll go about 150.
Dougie was spot on. It was like 235, 240.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Wait,
you gotta stay hydrated. You just gotta stay hydrated.
Bring your own beer next time.
Next time I'm gonna bury the alcohol in the park like the kids do. I didn't know people did that.
They did that? Do that?
Yeah.
People bury alcohol bottles in Grant Park, so then they dig them up for Lollapalooza.
That's fucking genius.
I shit you not. Me and Aaron saw a girl and a guy walking with a full ass bottle of Patron.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? There's holes in Grant Park because people are burying shit. Am I understanding this correctly?
You got to replace your divots like in golf. You got to replace your divots. That's the rule.
I wonder if they like spray paint where the X is, like if it's like in the middle of the field, or if it's
what they were doing. From what I read, they use their iPhone, like they're parking their car and they paint
like a ping.
Oh, or so get a little tracker, put it in the bag, bury it.
Yeah,
bury it.
Oh, these kids are getting smarter and smarter.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah. The kids are all right. Like Offspring used to say.
Offspring, yeah.
Man, I don't know why I didn't think of that back in the day, man. What the fuck?
You know what I was thinking too? Like,
next year, I'm burying one of these babies.
No, because then somebody's gonna try to find that. You're gonna see a whole bunch of Swiss cheese like Grant Park because they're still looking for a bottle of Old Forester.
It's gonna look like Fallujah out there.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking, because you were talking about the crowd that was over there, and I was looking at the lineup from Thursday to Sunday. Of course, you're not going to see like many people like from fans of Metallica or fans from Nine Inch Nails or whatever. Of course, they're going to be very mild and polite. The only thing that I saw that Cord was there.
Yeah,
I'm a big Korn fan, obviously it's a lot more older crowd, and with Korn, so I didn't think it was going to be too a bunch of
They
hustlers.
can't bob their heads anymore because they might
Yeah, the neck.
get a
The-
cramp or so.
The band we wanted to see, Bleachers, that's Jack Antonoff's band. They were the last people on the stage before Korn. So he made a joke. He's like, "Oh, there's a lot of Bleachers people here, and there's a lot of Korn people here. Now you're just like one," and it's like completely opposite bands. Bleachers is like a jam band with a saxophone and a bunch of other things, and Korn is Korn. And the one thing I noticed, everyone is really polite. Obviously, the Korn crowd is older. It's a lot of people our age. Johnny, our buddy Charlie, was there. Korn fans are keeping the gigantic cargo pants business afloat. Holy shit.
That is still going on?
Dude,
Janko.
if you were to tell me like I have to pick out people from a crowd, like you might not be able to tell an Olivia Rodrigo fan for like the K-pops or even like some of the rappers. Everyone dresses the same, but the Korn kids stood out. And by Korn I mean 40-year-olds or kids. Yeah. I mean 40-year-olds.
They all got Dougie beards.
Yeah, they just like Johnny 25 years ago.
Yeah. I used to have those pants back in the day. They had the Jeff Hardy, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy pants. The Jeff Hardy pants are still being kept in business.
I don't wear those anymore.
Yeah. But it was a good time. It was a good Friday.
Good, Peter. I must say, I'm a little jealous because, as me, I am a Olivia Rodrigo stan. I was like on the Amazon music app. I was like, I think me and at My Sock Summer were like top 10% or 5% of streams or some shit like that. So I was a little jealous that you got to see her, and then I saw the next morning that you brought out Weezer, and I was like, damn it, man, that's fucking awesome. I'm really bummed that I missed that.
Hand up, I've seen Weezer a bunch of times. We left right before that happened.
Oh.
We missed Weezer. So early bum of the week, us. We had to get out of here before the crowd. That crowd was so gigantic. I'm like, if we don't leave now, we're never getting out of here. And Aaron and Julie were all in agreement. Let's get out of here. While we're already walking towards our car, Aaron on her phone oh, she brought out Weezer, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? But I've seen them. I've seen them plenty. Jason, the one thing I will say, I got to give Olivia Rodrigo credit. She's not even a pop star. She's a fucking rock star, dude. It was crazy. I was blown away and I was shocked. Originally, when you said you were a fan of them, you chuckle. I'm a fan of Taylor Swift, and it's all half joking, but maybe not. And dude, she gave me and maybe that's her influences, but one song sounds like Paramore, another song sounds like Veruca Salt, and another song sounds like Hole, and then she brings out Weezer, and then in New York she brought out the lead singer from the Talking Heads. She's our age, stuck in a 20-year-old's body. It's crazy. Her musical influences is noticeable in the music, and I fucking dig it now. So I am a, born again or something, Olivia Rodrigo fan. It was really good. It was really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hole. Courtney Love Hole. One of her songs sounds exactly like a Hole song.
Yeah, because I think I mentioned this on the podcast last year or something, because we were talking about, I think, Taylor Swift and whatever. And I said that I think in 10 years' time, Olivia Rodrigo is going to be on the same level as Taylor Swift. And I got some flack for it. But I'm happy to see that that the plan is coming to fruition. I still think she's trending in the very high upward trajectory of stardom.
Are we going to talk about Sabrina Carpenter bringing out Earth, Wind, and Fire? I mean,
that was awesome too. Julie and I were watching that. I watched the entire Hulu stream whenever we were home. Whenever we had time. So yeah, Sabrina Carpenter brought out Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I thought that was cool. All these young kids are giving a nod to the old folks. It's impressive. Jason, you mentioned, comparing Taylor Swift to Olivia Rodrigo. That's you're comparing, Tom Brady to someone maybe I would say Olivia Rodrigo is more like Josh Allen. She's got to win one before she wins 5 or 6. It's early, but there's levels to this.
Yes, there is levels to this. So I'm rooting. I want the Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning matchups every year. No, that's awesome. You know what? I wish I would have known that you guys were going when you did, because, you know, like when I saw that she was headlining Friday, I told my wife, like, oh, hey, let's go, like, let's get tickets. And she's like, I'm not going to Lala. Like, I'm not dealing with those crowds and those kids. You can go. And I'm like, I don't want to go to Lala by myself. I'm gonna, like, a 43-year-old man going to fucking Lala by himself with gray hair and thinning hair. Like, I'm gonna be like, alerted, like, flagged or something. Like, watch out for this guy.
And that potential for rain, so you had to wear your trench coat that day.
But you know what I realized going there as an old now, Jason, and Julie and Aaron will corroborate this story. You could get away with anything now that you're old. They're stopping the high schoolers and the college kids from running amok. I talked about the Jack Daniels lounge early. We got there. By the end of the night, there was a line out the wazoo. We couldn't get back in. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm going out the exit. And they're like, you can't come in this way. And I turned to Julie and I go to the guy in the security. He's like, our kid's in there. We got to get them out. And they're like, okay, go. Nice. Walked right in.
All right.
I think if we go in Lollapalooza with like work, and I've seen like videos like that, but like if we work, Dougie, we go in like with work vests and work boots, we could get backstage at Lala, no problem.
Right, dude, just carry a ladder. You ever seen those videos?
Yeah. Whoa, wait, hold on a second, guys. I think we're sharing too many secrets of what to do here. Maybe we got to talk about this.
Bury the clothes instead of burying alcohol.
Yeah.
Your workers
let's talk
uniform.
about this after the show.
All right, maybe we'll test it out next year.
Yeah.
All right, so that was good. Another fun thing we did is, we all went by Joey P's on Saturday. He had a barbecue with our bartender friend from the United Center, so that was nice seeing him, the Eugene man. But Joey has a lot of bourbon and tequila, and there's a lot of drinking. And when I start drinking, I kind of get a little, competitive and want to puff my chest. And one of the biggest nerd things I do when I'm drinking is, for me being in logistics for 20 plus years, I say, name me a city, I'll tell you the zip code.
Yeah. And I'm going to take over from here.
Yes.
So I walk downstairs with Eugene as this is happening or whatever. And like, Sarah's just like, name an obscure city. And I'm like, okay. And so I do that or whatever. And Eugene comes, he sits down, and another surprising fact about Eugene, that man can drink. I mean, I guess he's only ever served us drinks, so you never really know, what he is on the outside, but he was pounding them. And he sits down, and he was going toe for toe with Jason on zip codes. Dude, it was wild. Bolo.
600.
Yeah. And so they're going like toe for toe, and it got, I don't want to say it got heated, but like it came to a point to where we had to start breaking it down. Like, who was, not only that, but then what was the distance mileage wise between point A and point B, because it was getting like that heated. And it's like, yes, when Jason gets competitive, he gets competitive to a whole nother level. And it was just like, you could have cut the air in that room with a knife. It was getting thick down there.
It was getting that heated, huh?
Yeah. Well, it was. I think it was the delivery on some of them, because though Jason was close, like Eugene would be like, "Well, actually, it's this." And when you hit somebody with the,
if you actually somebody.
Yeah, and I'm sure he didn't mean it that way, because he is I don't want to say a decent amount older than us, but he's in his later 50s. So, but yeah, dude, it was awesome. And Sarah was loving it. Every time Jason like got one outsed on one, oh, she was like, somebody give me another one. Somebody give me another one. But it was just, it was such a fun time or whatever. And, obviously thank you to Sandy and Joey P, and it was a great time with you.
Also Sandy P is a menace. Because when we were leaving, we left probably around like 1:30 in the morning. And at that point, we've had so much tequila and bourbon. But even before that, like after throughout the night, like 1 a.m, she pulls out a bottle of wine from Portugal, and she's like, "Let's drink." Like, mother, like I've been drinking tequila the entire night. Now you want me to drink wine? Like,
Portugal.
no. Yeah, she brought up a wine from Portugal, a red blend from Portugal.
We're doing wine bums now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, I'm not drinking any wine. This is my last tequila. I'm sipping some water. We're getting ready to leave in a little bit. Yeah. We get up to go, and she's like, "Hey, do you guys want a tequila for the road?" Like, no, I don't want a tequila for the road. That's not good. No, not good.
Just to the passengers.
Yeah,
just to the passengers.
Yeah. Asterisk. Put that asterisk.
She was trying to get you to some roadies too.
Yeah. She was trying to give me a coffee mug with beer in it. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm like, I'm not driving, but I'm good.
Yeah.
No, fun time.
So, yeah, good times at Joey Peace House on Saturday. Thanks to our Hermano for hosting, and thanks to Eugene for coming by. We got one last thing for weekend recap, and Peter, want to thank you for inviting us, you and Julie for inviting us to Dave and Buster's yesterday for Scarlett's birthday, and I feel like Dougie, you took Dave and Buster to the watershed, man.
Yeah, you could say me and Dave Busters went round by round. Actually, if you've seen the video from the UFC thing, your boy's a little banged up.
Yeah, that UFC
you got cut?
Oh yeah,
I got a cut on my
those knuckles. Yeah, it's nasty.
You look like you fought a cat.
You don't feel it though. Like when you're going, like you don't feel it until after, because I think it's like kind of an adrenaline thing. And then Peter had a whole nother thing going on because I was just fighting the computer. He actually fought his sister.
I got my ass kicked. I got my ass kicked by my sister.
Yeah, phrasing. You challenge your sister in UFC.
Yeah, and we were on two separate sides of that video game, and you get to punch things and she had a good 35 years of pent up aggression because she kicked my ass. It wasn't even close.
You actually get a workout from some of those games. Like you get some cardio in there, man. Like Dougie, you were doing the basketball, the Papa shot, and you kept on getting like added time, and you were just like doing like this, and you went for a good, like I would say like almost like 5 minutes straight because you kept on getting added time.
Yeah, by the end of that, I just turned to you high five me, and I'm just like, oxygen.
But it was funny because they had like those giant crane games, and you had the picture of you getting the rings of tickets, and I almost felt that was kind of like a cheat code, having a crane operator playing the crane game, and you were just cleaning up. So I think they have to check your job status before they let you in next time.
Dude, it was funny. After you left, we got like 4 more between me and Peter. Like we were cleaning up. We had grabbed a couple 500s. Yeah,
At one point, I turned to Dougie. I'm like, "This is stupid. We should be in Vegas. What are we doing at Dave and Buster's? we're taking them to the house, like we were Ocean's 11 style. We should be in Vegas or something."
You should have. Peter was there or whatever. I wish I could have got the moment on camera or whatever. But you should have seen the pride. I go up to the counter and I'm like, I'll take the slushy machine, my man. He's like, yeah. He goes, that's 23,000. I'm like 24,000 on the cards.
It's like Jay-Z walking in with a black card. So Dougie's got the David.
That's impressive. I gotta admit, Dougie, I think when it comes to like basketball or any type of competitive like game like that, I'm taking you as my 1-1.
Yeah.
On that, because even like everything I saw you play, you just got like a shit ton of tickets on. So
I was just lucky that day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Although I haven't posted it yet. I'm probably gonna post it and clip this later tonight. We did the 4-man bums hungry hippo challenge where you sit on the hippos and try to eat as many and shockingly the smallest was the hungriest. Johnny, you were the hungriest of all the hippos.
Johnny Hungry.
Is that a height joke?
No, I'm just saying.
No, because Johnny Hungy.
Johnny Hungy.
Yeah.
Listen, I know how to play. See, we were talking about this when we were going around the whole Dave and Buster's. Like, oh, do you want to play this or do you want to play that? I had my hands full with the girls. The girls just wanted me to go and like watch them. So they went from one place to another. So they were playing the games and I was just watching. So I didn't really get a chance to play. But when I did get the chance with the Hungry Hippos thing, it's like, man, I would have played more games, but I didn't get a chance to play some.
Well, I joked with both Jason and Dougie. It was great. Julie set up. I mean, obviously, I'm going to MVP Julie at the end of the show, but it was a great time. The kids had a good time. We all had a great time.
Yes.
I think we got to go back sans kids. I think it's got to be an adult affair next time we go because we had a little bit too much fun.
I'm going to gangbang you. Passionate.
It was a good time. Though I may have given Hunter CTE like during the whole thing because he was sitting.
I saw the replay, Dougie, and you were just like shaking the face.
I didn't see that.
At one point, I saw you stop because you realized you had Hunter on your lap, and you're gonna like take the crane and like smash it in his.
Speaking of pent up aggression.
So gotta get your shots in when you can.
So, quick question. So they have like the Hungry Hickle games was awesome. They had like the Monopoly. They had Connect 4. What like old school board game would you guys like to see like Dave and Buster's like make a version of?
That's a good question.
Okay, I have a good answer for that because it's something we didn't get to play. They have like a virtual room where like the floor is lava and like it looks like Squid Games or Hunger Games or something. And that just looked too expensive for us to play. But can you imagine if they made that floor an actual Ouija board and you could Ouija board that?
Okay.
That would be something fun.
How would you control that though? Like,
I don't know.
The Ouija board, everybody's like, "Oh, are you moving it? Are you moving it? Are you moving it?" Like, I'm not moving it. So I don't know how would you play that?
It would be a good spooky.
I would like to see Mousetrap, the Dave and Buster's game.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That's a good one.
I did like. I don't know if you guys saw it. I was playing me and Maddie were playing the. You had to throw the basketball. It was like a Connect 4.
Connect 4.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought that was really cool.
That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
One classic game that I think that would be pretty good, and it would probably resonate pretty good on like a computer screen would be like Guess Who.
Oh, that's
Guess Who would be a good one, or even like Battleships. Battleships and Guess Who is a very similar game, something like that where you're like side by side.
Yeah. Battleship would be awesome. I like JT's. I think Operation, like a Dave and Buster's game, would be awesome if you had like a crane or something. And you had to like go in and grab the prize, like put a prize.
But he said real surgery.
That's
just gonna be messy.
JT's. It's all fun and games, but the way the American medical system's going, we might be doing that to ourselves soon.
Right? It's like in a back alley.
Start stitching yourself up.
Battle shits or battle shots.
Battle shits.
I think if you had like the crane game goes down, right? So maybe you have like for Operation, you have like the human body, you put the prizes in the holes, and then you have to go up and over. You go vertical and horizontal.
I always thought
you got to get that buzz. You need that buzz.
Then you get shocked if you get like you have to hold on the handles, and if you touch it, then you get shocked.
Right, I think
maybe playing Operation Drunk is would be like fun.
Like
so you're not like
stay less. I got Operation. Jason, you got that big ass table in your basement where you got your Legos. We could play Operation.
This sounds childish what we're doing. It's like, Jason, we got to move your Legos and your wrestling figures so we can play Operation.
We've said this. We are grown as man-childs. I don't think that's a shock to anybody that we're still doing Legos.
Hey, I'm not complaining. I got my Frankenstein figure over here, so
yeah.
Yeah, Bum's board night or board game night.
Yeah,
Bum's,
I like it.
Yeah, Bum's
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let's some fun weekend talk. We got to talk a little sports here. So before we do, we got to pay some ads real quick. The BumCast is proudly sponsored by Windy City Sports Cards. who specializes in buying and selling all things related to Chicago sports. Whether you are a diehard fan of the Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, White Sox, or Cubs, they have you covered with an extensive selection of sports memorabilia and collectibles. In addition to Chicago-focused items, they also offer a vast selection of sports trading cards and memorabilia from your favorite teams and players. So visit their online store at 312WindyCitySportsCards.com to find exactly what you are looking for to complete your collection or discover a new favorite. All right, we're gonna talk some sports here, because we're back with full Bears training camp. We got Sox, going on right now. But let's start from Sox talk because they had a great week.
Awesome.
Took 2 out of 3 against the Phillies. Awesome. Then they went on the road. Took 2 out of 3 against the Angels. Should have probably swept them, but the bullpen blew that game. But yeah, I think obviously it's just great seeing that the Sox have maintained that hot streak out of the All-Star break. Everyone thought, okay, it's the Pirates, whatever. And then, we had the great game against the Cubs, and then we lost the other 2. But then immediate, just getting good bounce backs against Philly and the Angels. And Phillies are a great team, right? Like that, they're nothing to slouch about. And Angels, who aren't the Angels of old, but still, West Coast has always been a bugaboo. And we're going to find out for this week how they actually are against Seattle on the West Coast. But I want to get your initial thoughts before we're going to talk a little trade deadline and everything. And but just how you guys feel about are you still, optimistic that the Sox can maintain their winning ways?
Yeah, this is something we haven't had on the BumCast for the better part of 2 seasons. We're happy to talk White Sox right now. And ever since the All-Star break, they look like a different team. We talked about the vibes and how they're hitting fastballs and they're scoring runs. They're winning a bunch of different ways. I had to tweet out there this week. They won 1-0 in a real pitcher's duel. They beat the brakes off of you, scoring 10 runs. It's fun to watch the White Sox play baseball right now. So that's where I'm hanging my hat and I'm smiling. And now it feels like this last couple of months, you got basically 2 months left. About 50 games left was what they got. I think what I'm gunning, and I'm not sure, it's definitely possible they're going to have to play good baseball, but if this team manages to not lose 100 games, that's I'm considering that a playoff appearance. This was a successful ass season, and Will Venable might be manager of the year. losing 99 games.
Improvement. Yes, it's definitely an improvement.
But it's fun.
Yes. We're gonna talk about our guy, Colson Montgomery.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about him in a couple of minutes here.
Yeah, he's just he's him, and that's good to see on just not only him because of what he had to deal with in the struggles, but the other guys we've been talking about the younger other guys, Mydra, and Grant Taylor came from Double-A and he's doing pretty well, and Cuero and Teal and these guys who. We didn't think that they were going to come up this year. Some of them we thought we were going to come up. Some of them we were like, oh, it's going to give a little bit more time. But a lot of them came up early this year, and they're doing great. And it gives you kind of a hope for this team going into next year. Obviously, we got to still see how they're doing. They're 10-4 since the All-Star break. Is that correct? They're 10-4.
I think it was 10-3, maybe, but maybe 10-4.
They got a good record. They got one of the, they got a really good record coming out of the All-Star break. But again,
it's 4 losses. They 4.
Okay. Very exciting. All right. Very exciting to see. But I want to see this the rest of the way. You can't just be 10-4 and be like, oh, that's
all right, 5. They have 5 losses.
Okay.
I just counted.
Okay, 10-5.
Listen, we're 6.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think that I got to see more of this. I got to see the development of these other players. Are we going to bring any other prospects up this year, late in the year? I don't know. I know, Jason, you always talk about the farm report. We'll get there. But I'm excited. Like, I'm happy. We have a glow. We have a glow with everybody's having a glow. And I know I make fun of this all the time. When I say the White Sox are back, and I get comments left and right, it's like, what are you talking about? Or no, like this. I'm first of all joking, by the way. And second of all, they're slowly getting to a point where they're actually becoming a very developmental good baseball team. And it's not just us talking about this. We're talking about MLB Network is looking at the way the White Sox are and seeing how these young players are gelling with this year. So it's not just us that are talking about it. We got outsiders that are seeing it as well too. Yes, this is still not like, the greatest team in the world, but it's definitely a start in the right direction. So I'm very definitely thrilled and happy the way that they've been playing so far in this second half.
All right. So this is how I'm going to put it. The way I'm looking at it is like, we're two seniors. We just graduated high school. We're going to two separate colleges. So I'm just going to enjoy the summer. I'm going to enjoy this while it lasts. I know it's not sustainable. I know it's going to come back down to earth. You're going to go to one college. I'm going to go to another, and we're going to go back to being individuals again. I don't think this is going to last. I like what I see, and I'm just going to enjoy it for the time that we have.
Fair enough.
Okay, that's a good look at it. But
yeah.
So Johnny, you mentioned him, and let's talk about like Colson here, because I mean the guy has been absolutely on fire. I think he's proved all of us wrong, and obviously there are some people who were on the Colson train from the get-go, but we did the farm report, he was down, but since the All-Star break, 7 home runs, which is second behind Schwarber since the All-Star break, 11 RBIs, which leads MLB after the All-Star break. The guy he is raking right now on another level. He's using the torpedo bat, so that's always an added bonus. But even when he fixed his swing, and he came back to Charlotte, he still wasn't like tearing up AAA to the point of like a plus 300 clip. He was having great games, but he was also having some balance. But he cut down the strikes, but then he just got called up, take the chance, and he just getting hits. But now he is just mashing home runs like crazy. And I'm sorry, it was seven home runs, 11 games, 14 RBIs. I got that number incorrect. But yeah, it's great to see that he's just got power with it, man. We've been saying we need that left-handed power bat for a while, and he might be it. We might not need a Adam Dunn type of guy. If he's hitting home runs from the left side at that clip, let's fucking go.
All right. Am I going to be the one to bring you down to earth now, Dougie? Dougie did it with the entire team and saying how it's not sustainable. I am the first to admit, hand up when I'm wrong, right? Like, I'd rather be wrong. And Colson Montgomery is proving me wrong, because I didn't think he was able to do this in the major league level. And I'm still not convinced. This can't be it. Like, hopefully it is. If he is, he's MVP next year, because like if he does this for 162 games, this is going to be crazy. It's such a small sample size, and we've seen this time and time again with Major League Baseball players, that it's like, this can't be sustainable. Hopefully there's somewhere, like even with the regression, there's still going to be power in his bat, and he's still going to be great. But I'm looking at what he's doing, and I'm looking at what Andrew Vaughn is doing right now with the Brewers, and I'm like, both of these guys have to come down to earth sometime, because I know both of you guys. Now, granted, Colson did go to Arizona, he did change his swing, and then he did do the torpedo bat, and maybe pitchers still don't know how to pitch to him at the major league level. But like, hopefully I'm wrong. That's all I'm saying, is hopefully you prove me wrong, and this guy is borderline MVP next year. Because I think a lot of it, we don't really talk Cubs, but like, there was a lot of doubts whether PCA could do this. And like, when he first got called up, like, he didn't look like the PCA that is nowadays. If Colson Montgomery can be that kind of guy and player, that changes the trajectory of the team, because, the Cubs have the best or tied for the best record in baseball, or second best record in the NL or whatever. But a lot of it has to do with PCA being, better than what everyone thought, and everyone thought he was going to be really good. Same thing with Colton when he got drafted. We thought he was the quote unquote savior, or like one of the saviors, and then he had all of his problems. But maybe he's past that and he's learned from them, and maybe he is one of those guys. I just don't see it yet. There has to be a regression soon, but hopefully I'm wrong. That's what I'm saying. Hand up. Hopefully I'm wrong.
He's having like a Miguel Vargas type of like, month right now, if you want to put it, but he's doing a lot better. You know what I see about Colson Montgomery is the way that he can hit the ball the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? Like his power is definitely like, you're thinking like, man, that doesn't look like a home run to me, and it's just going like opposite field, and that's what I look at as well too. The hitting and the average and stuff like that. Like I do want to see that. I want him to hit. Like I don't want him to be like hitting home runs all the time, even though I love it. But I do want to see that bat average go up as well too. Because if they're going to compare him to like a Corey Seager type of player, I kind of want to see that as well too. So. Yeah, there's still like a lot of development. I do love the home runs. I do like that he's hitting a lot better than he did in AAA, and he did all the adjustments that he had to do. Torpedo bat or not torpedo bat, it's just the same thing as the steroids type of thing. You still have to hit the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless if you're taking steroids or not, you still have to hit the ball. So regardless if you're hitting a torpedo bat, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to hit a home run every single time. Does it help out a little bit? Of course it does, but you still got to hit the ball. And I think that's why when I'm looking at these opposite, like, home runs, I'm sorry, opposite field here. Field. Yeah, it's incredible how much power he has, because it doesn't look like Kyle Schwarber. He looks like a softball player. Colson Montgomery, he's just like a tall, lengthy guy. So I didn't think he'd had that power in him, but I'm like, damn, this guy got some a little bit of juice on him. But yeah, you don't want to you got to look at the expectations of him, and you don't want to go so high with him. You just want to see kind of like what Doug is. You're just enjoying the ride right now. And that's how I feel. I'm kind of like the same way too. I hope he does well. And this is not just with him. This is just with everybody as well too. Just have a good second half, have fun, make it fun for us, because this is the most exciting time that we've ever been Sox fans since that debauchery of like, what was it, 2023, when they last made it to the playoffs, or 22? No, so 21. Little bit of excitement. Just a little bit of excitement.
I will say, Johnny, like you mentioned it, if they somehow, even if they fall back down to earth and they play 500 baseball from the All-Star game on, next spring is going to be a fucking wildfire for us and all of the White Sox Twitter podcasts and everything else, because it does ramp up expectations. They're ahead of schedule, and that's credit to Will Venable and Bannister and Ethan Katz and even Chris Getz, who we shat on for a good amount of time. Yeah. They got this team going in the right direction, and it looks like they have an identity, which is something they didn't have for a long time. So, dude, as long as they keep this up for the next, 50 games, fuck yeah, dude. I'm ready for spring training.
Yeah, I was going to say spring training is going to be something serious. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I was actually wrong for a second time. It was 7 home runs, last 11 games. He has 20. He's got 21 RBIs since the All-Star break. So that leads MLB.
Even better.
Listen, whenever you're on a roll like that, it's like when the Germans bomb Pearl Harbor, dude. We're just gonna let you go.
No one's gonna stat correct you on this podcast. We're not the stat guys.
No. But I mean, it's great seeing someone actually produce and get excited for watching at bats.
Well, not only him though, but like we talked about it, and we've talked about the two catchers for a while. The fact that Will Venable is now starting to put both of them in the starting lineup, one in DH, one in starter, something he was hesitant to do. And I saw an interview with him that like he still seemed like, oh, this is not going to be an everyday thing, but he did it like 2 or 3 times this last week. I feel like in the long run, this is what we want to see, right? Jason, you've been asking to see Carroll and Teal in the lineup, and it makes a big difference because they're both producing. And not only that, we I specifically talked about the pitch framing for Edgar Carroll. Sometimes we are too negative to an extent with a lot of these guys. I had to tweet out there, he's got a fucking cannon, dude. I feel like every game I'm watching, he's throwing people out and he's picking people off, and it's like this is fun to see. So I got to give it a little credit to both Teal, but Edgar Caro, man, he's got the Mega Man. I had the Mega Man thing. He's got the fucking arm cannon.
Yeah, I've got a small suspicion that Venable is listening to our show, but I won't know entirely until we see an awesomely big straw out of his drink. Once we see that, that'll be it. That'll be the sign. You know, he can do it on the sly. Just let us know. It's like the win.
All right. Last week the trade deadline happened. Getz got a little criticism for not making all of the moves. We traded Austin Slater, we traded Hauser, which was that was the big expected, but a lot of people expected, Robert to be moved. He wasn't. Apparently he didn't get his asking price, and then there was some talk that we're probably going to end up keeping, picking up his option for next year. So who knows how much of that was actually a ploy to boost up, the price for, but I saw a tweet out there, and I think it was from one of the Sox Machine guys. And they said, Lou Bob was always he seemed like he was that candidate for a change of scenery, but maybe now he's got people around him that want to actually play and be here. That's his change of scenery. He doesn't have the Eloys and the Mancadas and the TAs and the Grandals dragging his ass down. He's got young, hungry kids, and maybe that's the change of scenery he needed. And that's why he's producing now. He's staying healthy, which has obviously been his biggest bugaboo. But maybe there is some truth to that it's not just him finally figuring it out, that it is the environment around him. But going back, are you guys happy? Are you upset that Getz didn't make the move, that he's keeping Lou up, that he might be here for the long term? What's your prognosis on this?
My only thought after everything that kind of went down is now I think you have to pick up the option, because if 100%. You don't pick up the option, now you lost all the value on that whole thing. Yep. You could have gotten something, didn't get anything. So now you have to put all your eggs in the option basket and go ahead and hit that option.
Yeah, and the option, even though it is, don't get me wrong, he's still having a bad year, all things considered. But after the All-Star break, like everyone else, he seems to be much better. And
he was even picking it up a little bit before.
He's had like a good last 30 days, I think.
Yeah,
or better 30 days. You have to pick up that option because, like you mentioned, we could be right back in the scenario next trade deadline, and maybe that's the change of scenery. But Jason, like you mentioned, he had an interview and he talked pretty candidly about he knew that he was on the chopping block. He knew that he was potentially being traded, and that weighed on him. And that he said he's just happy to be here. He's been here for a long time. All of my teammates like me. I like all of my teammates. And I'm just happy that now I don't have that weight on his shoulder, and he can just focus on playing baseball for the Chicago White Sox. You got to think about it that way. If you know you're in our scenario, if you know there's a possibility of you getting fired or laid off, or that's going to weigh on you, whether you want to or not, that's going to weigh on you. And now having that clarity, at least for another, half a season or more, because he's going to start off the season with the White Sox, that's got to be better for him and his production. So I'm just hoping, whether or not he stays healthy, that nobody could guess that. But if he's in the lineup, he's hopefully going to produce. Because to tell you the truth, I wasn't mad that he didn't get traded. I don't want to see Michael A. Taylor playing center field for 50 games and stuff like
Brooks
that.
Baldwin.
Or Brooks Baldwin playing a bunch of different positions that he's made at. Give me at least good defensive Luis Robert.
Yeah. I think another thing too, just real quick, is that I saw a lot of people who were like, oh, we should have traded him. We should have got something. The guy's not hitting 300, 284. Yes, he's doing really well in stolen bases, and he's got a great glove. But this, he's not hitting well. He's hovering around 200 right now, 212 in that range right now. I mean,
he has.
I know that the Sox. Yes, yeah. I know the Sox are.
He's at 219 with a 301 on base.
Okay, so 219, same thing. Still, I know he's raising the average up, but he's not hitting 284. You know what I'm saying? He's not hitting 300 and stuff like that. And plus, you have that risk of him getting injured. Obviously he's been healthy, And I heard from the asking price
Yeah.
was that the Sox want a top 10 prospect back from any of the teams that he was going to trade, and obviously they're not going to get that for Robert. So it's kind of like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't type of deal here. But I wasn't upset at all. Like I hope he does well. I'm saying maybe it was how Jason mentioned it earlier that it is a change of scenery. Maybe those guys that he was with was weighing him down too. Like there was a lot of characters on that team, and egos and all that stuff. And maybe he's just finally like, you know what, I kind of feel like I'm the veteran here now, and I'm hopefully I could stay here longer and help this team win. So hopefully it's a different and a well balanced environment for Luis Robert here on out, and I hope he does well.
So this is why I love AI, because you can just like get anything like in your fingertips now. But since the All-Star break, he has a 360 batting average, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, 10 runs scored, four stolen bases, including a 9-game hit streak. So yeah, and a 1,067 OPS. Like
obviously the 218 batting average ain't great, but when it was fluttering around like 190, 198 for like the entire first half of the season, bringing it up those 20 something points is good. And if he ends up the season at like 250, 260, that means he had a hell of a second half, and we're probably winning more ball games.
Right. And the other thing is too, you can't go down with tightness the day of the trade deadline. Like you can't have that happen.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like the White Sox should have just played that off as like, oh, this is his normal day off, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, but like
it's also, JT makes a great point where it's like, besides Benintendi's contract, you have literally no one you have to pay. So why not roll the dice and hope to get a good Luis Robert so you can flip him, and he ends up being a part of this future. There's a possibility he has a great. Next year and the Sox are a little bit better. There's the shot he's here for the long haul.
No.
Yeah.
No. Scott Boras, not a chance.
Yeah,
that's
the Boras.
Ishbia though.
Yeah, but we got Ishbia, baby.
It depends when that Ishbia number.
Yeah,
that's what we need. We need to figure out that gray area of when that money's coming into the bank account.
All right, last thing here on the Sox. Dan Plesac announces his last game was yesterday. I think as Sox fans, we kind of are done with the Stone Pony, man. I think we all want the Plesac man with Shift Dog.
There's no secret. We're not pulling anybody's rug. We are a pro Schriffen podcast. We have been for a while, and we're going to continue to be. Dan Plesac, and I talked about this before the Pittsburgh trip, that he was a little bit of a revelation. And I had talked to Schriffen about it, and he's like, yeah, we just have a different dynamic. And if you go online and if you read all of like the tweets, it feels like the people like the Plesac Schriffen combo. And don't get me wrong, Stone Pony is a legend. He's a legend in Chicago. He's a legend of the broadcast game. But it's all about like situations and matchups and how things work and how things do. Maybe Plesac would be annoying through 162 baseball games, and people won't like the goofiness and stuff like that. But when you're a 100-loss baseball team, you need some of that stuff. You need to be a little bit more lighthearted and entertaining. I really like Dan Plesac. I hope we get a lot more of him next season.
I was just trying to look up how many more years Steve Stone has on his contract, and it looks like it said he signed a multi-year contract in 2023. So he might actually be up.
No, because they announced the extension when Schriffen's first year was last year. And right in the middle of that season, they announced the Steve Stone extension. And they talked about them being friends, and Steve Stone was a part of the hiring process for Schriffen. Yeah. So I think he's got at least next season, if not more. But he's also older, and he doesn't travel anymore. So besides the AL Central teams, Stone isn't traveling to the West Coast, and he's not doing the long road trips. So if we get more of Plesac that way, or maybe do like almost like a split squad, like half and half
Road games?
between
Like-
Stone
Kind of like
and
I
Yeah,
kind of
like old school
like
Hawk.
Hawk, like
Yeah.
when Hawk wasn't doing any road games. Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is going to be the beginning of getting a Plesac into the booth.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a matter of time. Obviously, with Ishbia coming in, I think they gotta hit a home run with this, especially when you start it, also with the booth as well too. Like obviously we want the product on the field, but also you want people like you see it every time, listening to the game. It's just as important as well too. So I think Plesac could be like the replacement for Stoney here down the road here.
So he did sign his extension at the end of last season.
Okay.
So it was a multi-year deal. So maybe at least 3 years he's here. So through 27 maybe, because I think the Sox usually like to do the 3-year deals on stuff. So yeah, we'll see. All right, we're gonna wrap up the Sox talk, but before we do, we got to get to. It's time for the Farm Report with HBIC down the farm. So we're going to give you all of our hot prospects for the last 7 days. And guys, we graduated Corey Jokes. He's up. I don't have to,
You can't graduate when you're like a 6th-year senior, Corey Jokes. He got his GED.
They're called
His
doctors.
His GED is different than like graduating on time.
All right, let's get through these real quick. Noah Schultz did not pitch last week, so hopefully he'll be back starting this week. So we're gonna start off with our guy Yandres Gomez. He went 4 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. So this is the guy that we've been told to keep an eye out as the next potential guy coming up. Good bottle, Dougie. And good start for Gomez this week. I like it.
Yeah. It sounded like Elijah Evans said maybe by the end of the year we're going to see a little bit of him in the majors, maybe September call-ups.
Yep.
If you're getting 4 innings pitched and 8 Ks, yeah, sign me up for that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Another pitcher down there, Bryce Wilson. He went 5 innings, 1 earned run, and 3 Ks. So that's a decent outing. I'll take that from another starter down in Charlotte. We're going to head down to Birmingham now. Hagen Smith. He went 4.1 innings pitched, 4 1/3, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks. So not bad for Hagen down there.
It's good to get him ramped up again after, taking some time off to rest the arm or whatever was going on. 7 Ks. Yeah. I'll take it.
Yep, 7 Ks.
Oh yeah.
Tanner McDougal, also down in pitcher in Birmingham. He went 3 innings, 1 hit, and 3 Ks. So
1 hitter.
Very nice. Yeah. Again, the same thing I like to say, like with those pitchers down in Birmingham, I like to see them go more than 3 innings, but they do have their pitch clock, their shot clock, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but,
and a lot of these guys haven't pitched like deep into, August, September. So
yeah.
While we want to see more innings pitched now, you kind of rest their arms too. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Sam Antonacci.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. He went 6 for 24, 250 with only 5 RBIs. So like average week for Sam. But he's the not Madrigal comp. He's the Mydroff comp. He's not gonna hit for power.
Slapdick Antonacci.
Slapdick Antonacci. Our guy Braden Montgomery, 6 for 25, 1 home run, 1. So he hit a solo shot but 12 Ks though. Not a good week at the plate for Braden. 12 Ks is kind of a rough.
It's almost half of his at bats.
No. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because how I just mentioned, maybe 20 minutes ago that I was wrong on Colson Montgomery. Braden Montgomery is on the Colson Montgomery fast track of striking out a shit ton, but hopefully he hits a bunch of home runs. So I'm not going to complain about the strikeouts yet.
Yeah. Yeah. He just got called up to AA. You're going to see more breaking stuff in Double A, so he's going to be adjusting to seeing more changeups, more curves. So I'm sure he'll figure it out, but he has so far. And then I have one last one for you guys. Billy Carlson, he got reported to Sox camp. I found this from the Jerry Espinoza, White Sox first round draft pick. Billy Carlson had another good game, and this was August 2nd. Kid hits, steals 2 bases, wears it. He's a gamer. Sox got a good one. He put a dent into his ball in his first at bat today. So I've been trying to look and see if there's any stats for the rookie ball and everything, and there's not. So I'm going with what I find for little snippets here, but I like it.
I'm going to give you a little piece of advice, Jay. You might want to take our guy Ian Eskridge out to like a lunch or something. Maybe he could feed you the stats, because that guy has everyone. And Future Sox, congrats to them. They just announced they got picked up by Just Baseball Media, which is
huge.
Which is Elijah Evans's outfit now.
Yeah, good. So, all right. So that is everything I have for this week's Farm Report. All right. That is Sox talk. And with that, it's time to move on to it's the Bears training camp report.
Timeout.
Yep.
No, we can't do this. We did this last week, and I realized it late, Jay. I love the Bears training camp report. I like the new graphic. I like the, like the AI or whatever it was.
Yes.
So you bring it up. Our proud sponsor is now gone from the BumCast.
Oh, here, I'll help you. There we go. Now it's back in the bottom corner.
You play this, we got to go back. You got to go back to the overlays.
I was like, yes, sorry. Damn StreamYard. Fix that shit. All right, let's get into some Bears talk here. I think one of the biggest stories that's been going on the interwebs, and this isn't necessarily related to Bears training camp, but it's that Micah Parsons has requested a trade, and immediately Bears Twitter blew up and was like, King Poles, Papa Poles, doing the memes and all the gifts and everything. And there's a lot of talk on the sports talks about, this kind of lines up to where they were with Khalil Mack and, trading 2 first rounders. And, so I want to get your guys' take right away. If you're the Bears, are you being aggressive and trying to get Micah Parsons from Dallas, even if they might not be willing, Jerry being willing to part with Micah at this time?
Yeah, let's start there and talk about both Micah Parsons and the Cowboys negotiating through the media. And I think that's exactly what's happening. We see this every offseason. We've seen this for the last decade plus with disgruntled free agents and disgruntled owners and everything else. So while I think this is a lot of posturing by both Micah Parsons and the Cowboys, I really don't think it's going to lead to anything, because Jerry Jones has a history of signing people way late into training camp. So week 1, I expect Micah Parsons to be on the Cowboys. But that being said, I think every NFL general manager should be making that phone call and seeing what it takes. Now, there's been reports that it probably would take similar to what Khalil Mack is. And to that, I say I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
Really?
I saw what it means. And don't get me wrong, Khalil Mack was great on the Bears. But I don't want them to go trade for the next guy. I don't want them to sign the big next free agent. I want you to draft the next Micah Parsons, because that's what good winning teams do. You don't go out and trade for someone. When was the last time a big NFL team did something that like they went and traded for someone, unless you're like the Eagles or the Chiefs that have a history of winning already? So I saw what happened with Khalil Mack. I want the Bears to be better than last year with their draft picks, with their free agent signings and stuff like that. I need to see Caleb Williams take the next step, which I still think he's going to do, despite all of the bullshit reports and the scared, memes and everything else. But I don't think I'm interested in Micah Parsons at this moment.
I get why you might be scared about the whole trading, and I am too. There's no reason to do that all over again. History repeats itself, type of deal. And I just don't think that would, I wouldn't like it either. But also too, you mentioned about like drafting the next Parsons as well too. The Bears, they don't have that type of history as well too, but hopefully things are turning into the right direction. So hopefully there is a defensive end or an edge rush, whoever, the next person that will help that defense, whether it be a linebacker, whether it be, somebody else as well too. I'm still okay for them getting somebody off free agency, not somebody to overpay, because you're definitely going to have to try to figure that out once, Caleb's in his fourth year or whatever. But yeah, I don't know if I would want to do that trade as well too. It's just that scares me. The fact that we were in such draft purgatory for a very long time, that it did not help us at all in the long run. It was only a short period of time that we had it, and that was it. So I just think that trading all that that capital would not be, in my opinion, wouldn't be the right thing to do.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. As much as a player like him does not come around that often, vibes are so high right now. I can't deal with the fact of 2-3 years down the road, us being on the other side of the Carolina trade, and seeing what that butterfly, collateral damage went for. And I mean, could you imagine being a Carolina fan, seeing all that they gave up to get what they got? I don't know if I could deal with that, especially if, and the Bears are going to be great. In the off chance that they're not, and then we have that hanging over our heads, what we gave up for it, it's just something that I can't risk right now. Not in this situation.
What if I told you that we trade for Micah Parsons with the Khalil Mack collateral, 2 first rounds, a fourth, we maybe get a second back with it, but trading that gets you a Super Bowl in Caleb's rookie contract?
Oh, well, yeah, of course. 100%. I think, I don't care how much.
Now you're talking Back to the Future with that magazine.
No, but
I'd go drag my balls through broken glass right now to get a Bears Super Bowl.
Well, my argument is I don't think the Bears are one player away. Yeah. You can't be one of the worst teams in the league back-to-back years and now had a good offseason and we're all buying in again. But we think we're, you got to make the playoffs before you win a Super Bowl. And
I agree with you, but the NFL is one of the few leagues where you can go worst to first in a year.
No, you could go worst to first in a year and make the playoffs. When's the last time they went worst to first and won a Super Bowl?
Oh, that would be an AI question.
AI. But you know what? Just a real quick, just a real quick question though. If it does happen, I mean, we're all probably going to be on Twitter, going to be like, all right, well, let's see how this goes. And
all in,
because
no choice.
Because nobody here is going to be like, what the fuck are you going to? This guy's a generational talent.
They'll be the guys calling in the 670 going, yeah, I don't know about this polls giving up the 2 picks because, we're just giving.
Oh, that's going to be out there. But
with the Mitch Trubisky, and he didn't turn out any good. So,
yeah, I just feel obviously you just want your team to do, anything it takes to win, right? Mm-hmm. But this just seems like a Jerry Angelo, Ryan Pace type of move.
Don't do it.
And we want Ryan Poles to be different than those bozos. Jason, how many times did we bum of the week Ryan Pace for putting us in a position to where it was cap hell, draft pick hell, and everything else? We can't just keep repeating that fucking cycle.
Just don't learn our lesson.
Yeah.
I think Poles and Ian Cunningham have gotten that shit down where it's they're not giving out bad contracts. They've lined up their stuff with Caleb's contract, so they're not mortgaging the future. So I think they're in a lot better shape than they were under Pace.
Mhm.
I hope they would go on. I think if you told me you can get the best pass rusher in the league right now for 2 first-round picks, and we know that Caleb isn't probably going to turn out to be Mitch, I'm okay with that. I think that's a trade I'm willing to do, and as long as he, like JT was saying, like you sign the contract, and as long as it the cap's going to keep going up, right? So I think no matter how you structure it, it's going to benefit the Bears in the long run. Maybe you have to trim something from the secondary, but we all don't think Brisker's getting a second deal with the Bears. So I make the trade. And if not, then maybe still kick the tires on Trey Hendrickson and see if he's still pissed off at Cincinnati. But
that's Spider-Man pointing meme. If
Yeah.
you're not going to do one, you're not going to do the other because they're very similar. And that being said, like they're very good players, both of them. Like if
Yeah, but I didn't
do you think Micah Parsons is better than Khalil Mack?
Yes.
yeah,
You do?
I do. At their point in their times, at the point in careers, yeah, I think.
Oh wait, you said Khalil Mack, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not saying it's far off.
Yeah. I think it's close. I think it's really close.
Yeah,
like we
very
saw
equal.
it. We saw what happened, and I'd rather not go with that direction. But I know a lot of people, the Barstool guys talked about it on the stretcher, the mid show. They all were, Chief was all in on getting Micah Parsons, and his argument was like, if you think the Bears are going to take that next step, then the first, like the 2 first-round picks are probably going to be in the 15-18 range as opposed to a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
But that's that assuming that they're going to take this next step,
Yeah. No, I'm all for it. It sounds like Parsons, from his quotes, that with the Cowboys refusing to talk with his agent, that he says the relationship is deteriorated beyond repair. He sounds like he could be a holdout and for the first half of the season. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think the Bears should. I wouldn't say go all in. Don't be sensible with it. Start at 2 first and see if you can get the job done. But I'm all in for Micah Parsons. I think.
But
okay,
you're saying I was just gonna say that's just the picks. We're not even talking the contract extension that is gonna come with that. That's gonna be a lot of money too. And I don't want to see them blow up their cap, which they've gotten really good at managing now. Like that's another big aspect of it, is how much does this dude want? And he ain't giving us no hometown discount because they ain't in his hometown, he doesn't give a shit. He wants to get paid, baby.
And the argument you're making, Jay, is start sensible and start with 2 first rounds. Where do you end it? Where do you cap it? I'm asking you if you were the GM.
No, I think 2 first is my limit. Like I'm not giving more than that.
That gonna happen.
Be like 2 first and then maybe like a mid-round pick, but I'm not going any higher than that. They have $13 million in cap space for this season still. So, going into what is it? Next year, they're over. So, according to Over the Cap, they are obviously the cap's going to adjust, but they're $9.5 million over for next year already, and then in 27 they have $53 million in cap space.
Not a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah. So maybe it's not going to work. But
I was just thinking next time the Bulls make a trade, Jerry should trade for cup holders. That'd be awesome. United Center get some cup holders via trade. Sorry, I'm on a tangent now. I'm a cup holder.
All right. Next Bears note. Luther Burn the 3 has the 3. Luther Burn the 3. Luther Burden. I'm not going to call him the 3rd. Just Luther Burn. He returned to camp, and he immediately got yelled at by Ben Johnson for being in the wrong alliance, which I fucking love seeing. Ben Johnson hold players accountable and kicking them out of the ones because for not lining up properly. That was great. I don't think Eberflus would have ever done that. But after getting yelled at and learning, all reports for this week that he's just been making play after play after play after highlight reel. He's been the best receiver on the field. And I'm excited. I hope the rumblings of his diva-esque, persona aren't gonna interfere with anything. But it's great to see that he was actually came back from injury and didn't just put on a show.
Yeah, I mean, that was me. That was me with the rumblings of the diva, because last week I said there's no in between. He's either going to be early Antonio Brown with the Steelers or a flame out bust. And so far it sounds like he's early Antonio Brown. Sign me up for that. Yeah, dude, it's great to see. We heard the talent. We knew it was there. He could have been a first round pick if he came out his junior year. And, he fell, and Ryan Poles made the smart and pragmatic decision to draft him along with Ben Johnson. Hopefully this is the truth. It sounds like they're using him primarily out of the slot. And if you have that with DJ Moore and Roma Dunze on the outside, it's just going to be matchup problems and matchup hell for a lot of these guys. So, yeah, it's great to hear. We're not hearing a lot of great news coming from the offensive side of the football. So if you're telling me that their rookie wide receiver looks like a professional ass football player, sign me up.
JT's comments great.
It says, I'm not sure the previous coach would have known he was lined up the wrong way.
That's what I said last week.
Yes, week.
I said Ben Johnson probably took one play. I'm like, what the fuck did this guy teach these guys?
Eberflus.
Yeah,
this is why we got so many penalties last year.
What the fuck was wrong with this guy?
And early this year, Ben Johnson has been adamant and pissed off that people are lining up the wrong way, and there's a lot of pre-snap penalties. He talked this week about if we continue doing these pre-snap penalties, we're not going to win a lot of games. And that's the first time a lot of people are like, oh, this is the first time he doesn't sound confident. No, he's telling the truth, motherfuckers, and he's holding people accountable.
Yep.
Here's a thought just going back one. You think Parsons just wants to leave Dallas because Eberflus is there now?
He's like, I'm out. I've seen this story before.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of here.
My sack numbers are going down. I ain't gonna get paid.
Actually, although Eberflus, to his credit, I think he is a pretty good defensive coordinator. I think
he's an idiot.
I'm not getting any of my credit anymore.
He's an idiot.
No credit here.
Okay, so real quick too, Caleb Williams, they had the thing where his headset was supposedly going out. Do you think there's a lot of rumblings that Ben Johnson did it on purpose to test him? Are you guys on that was a test?
Yeah. I'm going to give all the credit to Ben Johnson, at least for the foreseeable future, until we see some play calls, week 1, week 2, week 3. I like this story, and I like this spin zone more than just, Caleb Williams panicking pre-snap and stuff like that. So give me the conspiracy theory.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm down with the conspiracy theory. Oh, though it may be that busted ass Motorola.
But no, but we talked about it last week where Ben Johnson is purposely putting his feet to the fire and kind of giving him a fire test of all kinds of things. And it's not only just the headset stuff, but we talked about it last week about rushing people and odd rushing people and making Caleb Williams uncomfortable. And in the long run, this is going to be better for Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. The Bears announced they're going to be wearing a patch this year for Virginia, Hallis, and
Mongo.
Yeah.
Virginia McCaskey, Mongo, and then Harry Tynowitz. That's what the patch is for, right?
Yeah.
No, I put the image up there. Obviously, this is very similar to the patch that they wore when George Hallis died. But I wanted to bring this up because they talked about it. George specifically talked about the Bears not wearing any alternate or throwback uniforms this year on purpose to commemorate Virginia McCaskey, because she said she didn't like any of the throwback uniforms. She only likes the white and blue And so there's going to be no color rush, no old school black orange letters, no like the Wolverine. None of the throwbacks are going to be worn this year in honor of Virginia McCaskey. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. Are you guys? I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not a fan of most Bears like color, like the black one or the white one with the stripes, or even the all orange one that I think they lose every game they wear orange with. So I'm not that upset about it, but it is kind of like, this seems like a
whatever Virginia disliked, I like, and whatever she liked, I dislike. Okay,
Honey Bears.
Yeah, I want the Honey Bears.
Yeah. So she hated like like throwback jerseys. That's what she grew up with. Like that's how
she was a
is.
throwback jersey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm disappointed because I was really hoping we were going to get the all white color rush this year.
The Polar Bears.
Yep.
This team is going to be taken seriously, not only when they make the playoffs and win the division, but when they bring back the Honey Bears, like Colonel Bourbon says, and they wear the Polar Bear uniforms. Because if you go on my Twitter page, I've been asking for the Polar Bear uniforms for the better part of a decade. I think the all white would look fucking fire, especially like in like a November, December game. Not necessarily, when it's snowing, because then you're going to be blocking yourself of view. But I like the all white uniform.
I think a thing that I'm just thinking about this, that he just has to like listen to the fans, man. Like that's the thing. Like people like either alternative jerseys. Bears, they had those alternative jerseys back in '94. If you guys remember those '94 jerseys, those were pretty slick. But I liked some of those alternative jerseys that they wore over the past couple of years. I get the whole thing with his mom and stuff like that, and he's just trying to honor it. Hopefully, it's just for this year, and then they could switch something out, moving forward. You got to listen to the fans. I mean, this is who is coming in and watching the games and cheering, and they want to see something different that Virginia was not bringing to that team. And you got to like a good young core. This team, hopefully for years to come is going to be exciting, and you want to have like all these different things, from the past of the Bears, like if it's alternative, like those old school jerseys and stuff like that, or something else, or the Honey Bears, bring that back. I think a lot of the fans would like a lot of the nostalgia as well too, with this new core, and hopefully with the winning comes all this other stuff as well too. He's got to see the big picture of this as well too. So hopefully it does change. I get it. This is the first year without his mom. I understand that. Totally get that.
Yeah.
But for moving forward for next year and on, you got to put that into consideration.
Be your own man, George McCaskey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one thing that I did want to see was when they made this logo, the primary #1 logo, I wanted to see that on a helmet.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
I'm not saying every game. I'm not saying every game. Just, like one game or whatever, have that, because that logo would go so hard on a helmet, dude.
Agreed.
Nerds. All right. We're going to wrap up our Bears talk here, but we got a big announcement. Guys, we're going to be doing mucho watch parties at the Ramova this year. We got 4 games lined up for you guys this year. We're going to start week 2 against the Lions. That's going to be a great game. Ben Johnson, homecoming. So we'll call it the homecoming dance. Week 4 against the Raiders at 3:30. That's going to be a great game because, it's the Raiders, it's Vegas, and always love Saturday afternoon football when the Bears run at 3. Week 8 against the Ravens, October 26th. That's going to be a noon kickoff. And then we're doing the Black Friday game against the Phillies. We're excited about that because, who doesn't want to celebrate after Thanksgiving with the hangover with more alcohol? So make sure you RSVP. The links will go out in a couple days for you to RSVP. It is free to show up, we'll have it on the big 20-foot video wall. And don't worry, I talked to the guys at the Ramova. There will be a section for Red Zone.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. You're going to be able to watch the Red Zone.
Thinking about everything.
Get your fantasy football in there. You did say the Phillies. You also said Saturday for some reason, but it's Sunday. We're playing Sunday.
I'm sorry. Black Friday. Did I say?
No, you said
No,
you
you
said
said
Saturday
against the Raiders.
I don't know. Either way, we're not playing
brain's
the
broken.
Phillies. We're playing the Philadelphia
We're
Eagles.
playing the Flyers, okay?
And,
Relax.
and now
Eagles.
I'm saying we as if we're putting on pads.
You know
I don't know
what?
why we
I
keep saying
gotta get that flyer changed to say at Eagles, not at Philly, when all the rest of the teams say the team name. So that's a typo oversight on my part.
EAGLES.
Yes.
Shut up.
Either way, we'll have more details to come. The link will be going. The links will be going out pretty soon. But we are there this fall for Bears watch parties at the Remova Loft, and it's going to be great because if you have not tried their other half beers yet, they're going to be great. No, I am not cheering for Detroit again.
Remova other half beers are
That is
a
so
reason
funny.
to go by themselves. But if you couple Remova other half beers with the Bears, with the Bums, with everything else, it's going to be a good time. So yeah, Jason, you mentioned the links are going out. But more importantly, just put these on your phone while the screen is up right now. Save the dates, and we'll get more details to you guys there. Because we do have some fun things planned for some of these. We just can't announce them just yet. So it'll be good. Joey
It'll be
P's
some
got
good
it.
crowds.
Fair enough.
Good crowd, good people.
Yeah, dude, I know a lot of people going to the Raiders game, the Vegas game, but I know a lot more people that are not going. So if you're not going to Vegas, come hang out with us.
And it'll be a lot cheaper too.
Way cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let's pay a quick ad then, guys.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago sports bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, socks, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
All right. Let's get into some headlines before we bump some people. Peter, what do you got for us today on the headlines?
Give me 1 second because the StreamYard is being goofy once again. All right, first one up. This was announced this week. Nope, you cannot see it. There we go. MLB announced that Wrigley Field will be the host of the 2027 All-Star Game. Obviously, bums of the bleachers, Praz, Granddaddy, a lot of our Cub fan, family, my mother-in-law. Everyone's excited about it. I already got asked randomly. And you know what? I'll dox him because it's Sam Jesser, our cousin, our cousin Sam. He's like, hey, do you know anybody that would be able to get tickets to this? I'm like, what? No? I'm like, are you crazy? He's like, I'm not. You're like, I got like, he's like me and my brother-in-law and my brother and my aunt. He's like, I need like 8 tickets. I'm like, I barely get Sox tickets. What are you telling me to get Cubs tickets for?
Tell him, talk to Ricketts.
Yeah.
But I mean, the home run derby is going to be awesome if there is a season. I think, like if there is a
Baseball season
in 2027.
Yeah,
but it'll be cool to see an All-Star game there.
Also, they messed up that graphic because Pete Crow Armstrong needs to be in the Yankees uniform.
Oh, that's soon by 2027.
Yeah,
That's
that I keep
into the future.
keep telling Cubs fans who are on the MVPCA train, Praz, just shut up because he's not going to be on the team much longer. He's going to the Yankees.
That's funny.
Well, hopefully this doesn't everybody's talking about the striker. I told you guys about the 100th anniversary of the All-Star game. And I said that they have to have it at Comiskey Park. I mean, you have to have the hunt like they did it for the 50th.
When would that be? 2030? 2030.
Yeah, 2030.
So would that be at Comiskey or at the 78 or at Soldier Field or at Arlington?
They have to have it in Chicago. They have to have it. The
Chicagoland Speedway.
Yeah.
Joliet. Did they still got that up there?
Yeah, Joliet's still a thing.
Bruin looks in 2033. So
no, the 100th anniversary is on 2030. I looked up. I was looking at the anniversary of. It's 2030.
I don't believe you, and I don't believe Bruhan Luke either. I'm gonna wait.
You guys both go fuck yourselves, okay? How
I'm
about
gonna
that?
wait for Aloha Mr. Hand. He's
Go
gonna
look
learn-
it
he's gonna
up at an AI or something. I don't know. I don't give
Yeah,
a fuck.
we need
I don't give a fuck anymore, okay? I don't give a fuck, okay?
Gronk.
Whatever.
What is it,
To the
Grok
next one.
or Chat GTP or Meta or somebody has to sponsor us.
Oh, AI didn't come up.
You're using a shitty AI, dude. You're using Timu AI.
I'm using
Fucking
the
robots.
Brewhan Luke is correct. It is 2033, the 100th anniversary of the MLB All-Star Game.
All right, so yeah, we got some time. New stadium, baby. But yeah, are you guys? I mean, we're all Sox fans, but it's a cool story.
Yeah,
at least, right?
it's cool. You know, good for the city, good for the bars.
But yeah, here's the question that I got to ask: if there is the lockout, obviously, you know, like they plan these things multiple years in advance. They're gonna. I don't want to say they're gonna go to the back of the line, but it's not going to be like immediately when it first comes back. They're going to be like 2 or 3 years later, right?
Well, it depends. I don't think there's going to be a multi-year lockout.
No. But what I'm saying is like they've already announced the 27 and who the rumor is for 28 already.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is if 27 gets nixed, by the time 27 gets nixed, you got 2 more years. So they'll already have 29 and almost 30.
Oh yeah, so Cubs
saying?
might get screwed on it then.
Back of the line kind of deal.
Not back of the line, but like they'd have to wait till like 31 or something like that, you know?
Or 2033, all things considered. Say two birds, one stone.
Disgusting.
Yeah. I would be, maybe it's a shortened season and you still get an All-Star game. Who knows? We don't know.
All right, what's next?
Johnny sent this to the group text earlier in the week, and it made me laugh so
Hell
much.
yeah.
that
Cream
I
City.
just
Cream
had
City.
to post this. Milwaukee Bucks announced their Cream City comeback for their jerseys. Are you all in on Milwaukee being Cream City?
It's
Hey, man.
again. I say it again. You need young people in those marketing meetings because this just screams. Why don't you just put a jersey that says Bukkake?
And the color scheme too, you know. Like,
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing when they did this.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, Sam Reeves. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they could have went Curd City.
Yep. Good job.
All right, this is going to be a problem for a couple of us. I know I'm
Yeah.
excited about it, but Oreos and Reese's have announced a collab featuring 2 new products that they both are going to be out next month. It is an Oreo cookie featuring the Reese's filling, and then a Oreo peanut butter cup or a Reese's peanut butter cup with Oreos. Which of the 2, if or both, are you excited about? And are we all in trouble? The waistline is going to keep getting bigger.
The diabetes is coming in hard and fast with these.
I love Oreos. I love Reese's.
Yeah.
I love both of them. This is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. See, I thought that they already
So
did.
long.
I thought that they already did a Reese's Oreo.
Yeah, it's just
I mean,
Halloween. It's like Halloween colored. Like
No, I mean, I thought it was like a peanut butter Oreo. I could be wrong. But I think I'm more excited for the peanut butter cup than the cookie.
Okay. I'm
Because-
opposite.
See, because here's my thing. You're going to go into that Oreo wanting that Reese's peanut butter. And I think that Reese's peanut butter is going to be more of a creamy, not going to be the same, texture as inside the peanut butter cup. And you're not going to
More
jam
cream
on it.
talk. More cream talk.
Yep.
Yeah, more
Cream
cream
City.
talk. Bring the jerseys back.
This
We
is
might
the
have to
Pee-
wear a
this is
couple of
the
these.
Pee-wee-
jerseys.
Yeah, this is the Pee-wee's Playhouse word of the day. Cream.
Cream.
I'm not a white chocolate guy. I'm a big chocolate guy, but I'm not a white chocolate guy, and that's
I
what
love me
fucks.
white chocolate.
Sounds racist.
That's
Okay.
what I don't like about the peanut butter cups. Yeah, you
No,
heard me right.
He
White
only likes the brown chocolates.
Yeah, I only like the brown. So I'm more excited about the cookies. I am.
Okay,
Hmm.
fair.
All right. What's next?
There's no slide, there's no headline, but we're all wrestling fans. SummerSlam was this weekend, and I feel like it had the internet in a tizzy, both with CM Punk winning the title and then losing the title for a Seth Rollins cash-in, and then Cody Rhodes beating John Cena for the other title, and then Brock Lesnar showing up. there's a lot of things going on in SummerSlam. So I just want to pick your guys' brain on how the WWE is as a whole. Are you guys buying in on the SummerSlam, or did you guys not care?
I thought the main events were good. The rest of the card was kind of just for me. There was a couple matches were okay, but as an up and down card, it was just kind of, average, mid. But the main events made up for it, though. The endings of the main events made up for it. Once again, they know how to end the show, how to close it out, how to leave that cliffhanger, the oh my god, holy shit moment. So kudos to them for the Brock return and also for the Seth Rollins cash in. A lot of people were kind of predicting that his injury was a work for the better part of a month. But I think I saw this on the Reddits earlier, and I kind of agree with it. He sold that injury as to fool CM Punk, but then he did it the reveal on the stage, and then ran to the ring, as opposed to like going down there in the crutches, getting in the ring with CM Punk, and then like attacking him and proving that he wasn't hurt. I think that would have.
Why didn't you run away?
Yeah. So I think they kind of messed up that part of the story.
As much as I agree with you, that meme is going to be used so much all over the place. Yeah.
The reveal was good. The main takeaway for me was, I was vocal about, you don't need 2 nights for fucking every pay-per-view. There's rumors about Survivor Series being 2 nights and Royal Rumble being 2 nights, and you just don't need that. But when you're going to get those 2 endings, if those 2 endings happen in one night, it would like cannibalize each other. They would cuck each other. So I kind of liked that it was 2 nights because it paid off and it was worth it. I thought there was a couple other moments. The TLC match was good. I really liked AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio's telling the story of 20 years ago. They basically went Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio all over again, telling that story. And it was like an homage to them. And I fell for it. I love all of the lie, cheat, and steal stuff. I like the pranks with the everything. I like everything about it.
I marked the hell out when they did the chair thing or whatever. Yeah. And AJ Styles was like, "Oh, I got to put it around my neck."
Like, and he falls down. Like I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. Yeah. So overall, I thought it was really good. But yeah, those endings. I wish the endings were flipped. I kind of wish that Brock came back on Saturday and then Punk cash in on Sunday. I think that hits more.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there were other little small moments that I gotta say. That Paul splash on Jelly Roll from the table, that was amazing. That was awesome. That was, as much as I don't like the Pauls, like that was super athletic, and it was awesome. That was really cool.
Yeah,
I think Johnny's saying no, not in.
I'll save myself for.
All right, we'll save it.
All right. One quick headline too: the Speedway game, complete disaster for MLB.
Oh yes, the Speedway game.
That was
hyped it up last week.
Yeah, that was Firefest 3.0, 2.0, whatever you want to call it. Nachos with no cheese, hot dogs with no bun, getting rained on. MLB, just keep it simple, stupid. You don't have to go try to do everything. That's
bring back Field of Dreams.
Just do something. Just to do it. It's not everything is going to work, and I hope they don't ever do this fucking stupid ass shit again.
They will.
Now,
no, they will.
The visual looked great. The stadium was packed. I thought visually it looked fine. They can't. I mean, how are you gonna?
Who's
predict
visuals?
the weather?
Did you see some of the pictures from the people in the stands? I mean, dude, it was like the 108 on steroids, like 2 fields away. I mean, it was
classic
crazy.
view.
Oh, dude, it was terrible. It was terrible, man.
You just can't predict weather. But yeah, everything else seemed like a Firefest.
Yeah. All right, let's bump some people, guys.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
All right, let's get to our listener bums and MVBs. First up, we have our boy Jose, MVB Gordo of San Antonio, for putting on this sick fishing shirt order. All right.
Yeah, the shirt says Gordo Tire and Products or something like that. I'm like, what the hell? Gordo's got a secret identity we didn't know about.
Yeah. Bum. Jose, for being another planet by the time y'all joined the Boneheads pod. Too much tequila. It's Taco's fault. Will never be a tequila bum. And also, he spelled tequila wrong. So, double bump for spelling tequila wrong.
If you guys missed it, we were on the Boneheads and Brewskis podcast last Wednesday to talk a little fantasy football. And I told Taco and Jose that they were Saturday drunk on a Wednesday because that was a hell of a performance by those two.
Yeah. All right, next up, Taco Glider, MVB, the mute button. Bum of the week, the mute button. It giveth and it taketh.
So I thought about this when he, you know, like I'm the one that uploads these slides and the mute button. Yeah, it's important. But you know what I miss? And I think we've talked about this in the past. Now with like Apple TV and YouTube TV and stuff like that, the like channel back button doesn't hit the same as before. Do you guys? Well, maybe Jason with two TVs, you don't really need the two channel back, but I feel like I just need that previous channel button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wait.
like for my TVs, I have to hold down the enter button
Right.
for it to go
So do
back.
I hold it down.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's like a delay. I just want that like instant go
like
back.
cable. Cable used to
Yeah.
be like that.
Like when we're watching two different sports, I'm like, I need to go back and I don't want to hold. And there's a delay, and then you get the circle, and I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, mute button's all right.
Sidney Brown, MVB's Gunnar Henderson hitting the go-ahead home run versus the Cubs last Saturday. Yours truly was in attendance. That's cool. Colson Montgomery and Aaron Savali for the White Sox. Yep, we talked about Colson ad nauseum. Bum of the week, the Bears' first-team offense at yesterday's Family Fest. It's practice. It's practice, man. It's practice.
Don't overreact it right now.
Not overreacting. No panic.
Sydney, go on our page. Watch Kyle Brandt's rant yelling at you for overworking a practice. Honorary sportsman Kyle Brandt, please come on the show. We love you.
Invites open.
Yep. Joey P, bum of the week. Weeds and crabgrass this year has been a struggle to keep my lawn in pristine condition.
It's a rainy season. Which makes it tough on Joey P.
Dude, I saw his grass. That thing's cut like the military, dude. It looks fine. That was like a humble brag right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my, woe is me for spraying weeds.
That's it with scissors.
First world problems, Joey P.
MVP George McCaskey, our dude, saw me in the United Club waiting outside the restroom for my wife and decided to join you in the restroom. What's going on? Regret not asking if he could help move Dougie and me up to season ticket waiting list.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Did Joey P get Bear season tickets too?
He's on the list.
He's been on the list for a couple years now.
Oh, has he? Okay.
Yeah. But I guarantee you, George was like, my bathroom attendant.
He like last time, he probably tipped him $5 for opening the door for him.
He also told him to get into the spruce moose as well too.
Yeah.
Right. Excuse me, you're not dressed properly. Where's your uniform?
Right. It is family day.
Now this, as us being the Chicago sports bums, where maybe I have to be better, Jason, we have to be better. But we talked about it earlier in the podcast where George McCaskey talked to Maddie Spagnola about the Honey Bears thing. And she went super viral. And she goes viral regardless of what she does. Mm-hmm. But Joey P, you got no phone that works or something? You met George McCaskey 2 times. You can't get a quick selfie video, something we could post on the page? God damn it.
Oh, shit.
I would see if Joey should have reenacted the Honey Bears video from Maddie then.
Gave me a firm handshake while you guys were both in the bathroom.
I have a firm handshake. Get the fuck out of here. His shit was probably all
he's a
arm and
limp
shit.
Limp fish.
You a towel?
You ever
Yeah.
see those handshakes, the limp fish handshakes? That's George McCaskey. Don't
Yeah,
don't
get the
bullshit
fuck
about
out.
that,
Don't gas him up, man. Fucking he noodle armed that shit, man. Fucking mama's boy. Tina MVB Jepson's Malort for bringing me and the Ricketts family together. Hashtag sweet life. I said it. I don't know how she does it, but she seems to find herself in every owner's suite, media booth, whatever. It's if there's a secret entrance, secret area, Tina's gonna be in it. I don't know how she does it, but there she is, living it up with the Ricketts. Yeah, me.
I wonder how Tom Ricketts' handshake is.
It's
probably the same. They're all the
what
same.
we gotta do next week? We're gonna judge the owners' handshakes. Ain't no one got a firm one.
Yes, dude. That could be, you know what? That could be a thing. Anytime we run into like an owner or something like that, we can power rank handshakes.
It's
That
gonna
was
be like
viral as hell.
It's the firmest handshake.
Yeah, just
It's gonna be like
that
that meme. Shake my hand.
Firm handshake. He's gonna power grip that shit for you because that's a man's owner right there.
Yes, I love
Who?
Ishbia.
Oh, Ishbia, yeah, because I was gonna say Jerry. You know,
Right.
his wrists aren't functional at this point.
Yeah, Mr. Burns.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And bum of the week, and every week after cancer. I have two really good baseball friends battling it right now. One is doing treatment, one isn't. Cancer sucks. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
fuck cancer.
Yep.
I notice how she put baseball friends in there just to let you know. King Ass MVB fans giving free dildos to WNBA players. I put the tweet out there yesterday. WNBA has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
Marketing, baby. That's just plain
Put
marketing.
put a brand on there. Millions sold.
And I will say, there's been a lot, and I talk about WNBA fans being very much like early MLS or even hockey fans, where it's like they guard the product so much that like there's not a lot of inclusivity. I saw a lot of like, this wouldn't be happening like in the NBA or whatever. And to that I said, there was a epidemic during the Buffalo Bills season, couple years ago, where they were throwing dildos at Bills and Patriots players left and right. So this is just a part of the growing process. That means your league is getting bigger to where you're getting dildos thrown. Yes. Dildos are an all-encompassing thing when it comes to sports.
It's a rite of passage.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. And brand it and sell it. Lean into it. Bum of the week, pace of play at a golf course. We aren't tour pros. You don't need 8 practice swings and 6 minutes to read a putt. Keep it moving.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's true.
Mailman Jack MVB, the gimme putt. Put it in.
No, gimme putts are great. Pick it up.
I know.
Yeah, that's a good one. Pick it up.
Bum of the week, a golf star that thinks they're a Secret Service agent.
Hardos.
Yeah, there's some asshole ones.
It's a big time ones. Hardos.
Yeah.
I think he said Silver Lakes in Orland. So
A lot of golf talk there.
All right. For our bums and MVBs, we're gonna let Dougie go first because we had originally had this as a headline, but Dougie wanted to bum it. So
Absolutely. So yeah, my bum of the week goes out to ESPN/NFL for potentially ruining the red zone. They sold the red zone to ESPN, which I have no clue how they're gonna obviously keep it commercial free. They're not. And then the potential of us losing the great Mr. Hansen has just got me in total shambles. So I wanted to get ahead of this because I think that this might be my number 1 seed when it comes to bum of the year, because I think that they are going to absolutely destroy this thing that we've fallen in love with over so many years. And it really does make me sad. So I hope that I'm wrong.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, it's asinine because, like, why? I don't know. We all know that Roger Goodell is a fucking greedy ass piece of shit who will take a paycheck and the money opportunity at any chance he can get. But you own this IP. You own Red Zone. Why would you offshoot that just for some fucking money to a company who's not only going downhill, but they also don't know how to fucking produce a lot of shit either. Like anything I guess I heard that they want to launch a new ESPN streaming service app, like another one. Right?
It's like 4 at this point.
Yeah. And it's going to be $30 a month, and it's going to contain Red Zone. I'm very happy right now paying my extra $10 a month for 4 months, add on to Red Zone, and apparently it's still going to be on YouTube. We'll see how long that actually lasts before ESPN realizes that people aren't moving over to, their streaming app to watch Red Zone.
Right.
But like, I just don't get the mindset behind Goodell wanting to sell his fucking like baby of IP besides football. Like that's his cash cow right there. I don't get it.
All right. I put my hand up 2 times because I wanted to let you cook. But we do this all the time. We're blaming Roger Goodell, and he's just the mouthpiece to the owners. He has nothing to do with this. I get it. He's the commissioner of the league, but this is the owner's decision. Like the owners are the ones doing this. The owners are the ones that do most of this shit, and he's just the puppet for them. So like we should be pissed at all of the owners. But yeah, this sucks. This cannibalizes. I mean, it's a terrible. The only thing I will say is like me as a DirecTV guy for a long time before we moved to this house, I was always a Andrew Siciliano guy. I never got Scott Hansen because there was 2 different red zones at the time. So while I'm sad for the NFL Network as a whole and Red Zone and everything else, I was just never a Scott Hansen guy. But it does suck because if this goes and the NFL Network goes, you just lose a whole bunch of like you only get one voice, and that's a terrible thing for any sport. When there's only one voice, and it's especially ESPN being that voice, that's a problem. You want and this is why a lot of people have a problem with them, but this is why Barstool thrives, is you need the counterculture, you need the opposite end of that spectrum. I don't like listening to ESPN in the mornings. I used to go to NFL Network during the morning time because it's not ESPN. If you lose all of that, like where are you going to go? Because radio's dead. And like, CHGO does a good job with, Chicago sports, but you need that like opposite national brand to compete with ESPN.
Do you think that's why our boy Kyle was wearing a ESPN shirt this morning?
The Sports Center shirt. Like
a little, like,
yeah,
I'm a company man,
like he's smart.
Yeah.
So it is Red Zone plus it is NFL Network too. That's going to be
that's the problem.
Moved. And NFL plus out their website for like all the stats and everything, and then the NFL fantasy football, which no one uses NFL.com for fantasy football anyways. But
no, it's garbage.
But yeah, I mean, like you're 100%. You're right, Peter. Football September through December. You wake up, you put on NFL Network, and you listen to some good commentary from the guys on there. No one's listening to fucking Stephen A. Smith, on weekday mornings and whatever else.
Dan Orlovsky,
fuck him.
See, and that's the thing that makes me so fearful is which one of these clowns is going to take over for the Red Zone, because it's going to be one of them.
Nah, they don't have the worth that. I mean, you got to be a real sicko to like do Red Zone for 7 hours with no pee breaks. It's only Siciliano or Hansen.
Hey, you think ESPN is going to keep the same model? I think they're going to whip in commercials.
I think you're right, Dougie. Because what makes Red Zone great is that it's standalone channel. ESPN isn't going to add a standalone channel.
Yeah,
right.
Put it like, do you turn like ESPN News to Red Zone?
Could.
Yeah, I guess it would probably still. Yeah, it is a channel, so I guess they probably still will keep the separate channel. But yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right, Dougie. I think they're gonna probably find a way to throw in commercials or some shit, or they'll picture-in-picture commercials or something.
Yeah, Red Zone was kind of doing it with like car advertisements and shit like over the last year, but nothing like I think it's gonna be. But that really pissed me off this week. So they're my bum of the week. I have 2 MVBs. My first MVB goes out to the Chicago Dogs. Chicago Dogs, I was supposed to do the 999 challenge there on Wednesday, but I ended up working 36 hours straight, and that didn't happen. But cool thing about the Chicago Dogs is We had a little bit of a group going. We had about 20 people that we were supposed to go with. And because it was the chance of rain, they gave us the option before noon to turn in our tickets for another game. Because they were like, we want everybody in your group to have the full group experience, even though there's a chance of rain. They're not canceling the game. And they gave us like an option of like 4 or 5 other games that we could choose. So I thought that was an awesome, classy thing to do. Just with the threat of rain, they ended up playing the game anyway. But I thought that was really awesome. And, I mean, obviously it's hard to do with like bigger teams, like, professional teams. But I thought that was like, that's something that I'm going to keep in my brain. Like if I'm looking to go do something with the family, I would lean to a Chicago Dogs because of the classy move right there. So
the anti-Jerry.
The anti-Jerry. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Don't come if it's going to rain. We don't want you to. Well, you know what? It probably would have been detrimental to them with it because it was $1.50 or $1 hot dogs and $1.50 beers. So they were probably like,
that's true. If a rain delay, they would have gone bankrupt. You're right. That was a smart move by them.
Right. And my second MVB goes out to Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne, I don't know if you guys heard about this whole thing in his will. He made it in his will that Sharon gets delivered flowers every week to let her know that he's always thinking of her.
That's fucking awesome.
Until the day that she comes back and she is eventually back with him. So I thought that was.
But who delivers them?
Well, obviously not him, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't look at
delivery service.
Yeah,
right.
What is that supposed to mean?
You're gonna write off these flowers every week and send them to my wife.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Flower shop.
1-800-Flowers. But no, I just thought that was like just a really cool thing. I know it might sound cheesy and everything like that, but it was just something that like. It's just a nice touch. It was cool.
No,
yeah, Prince of Darkness being a little sweetheart, huh?
Yeah. So that's it.
All right, Johnny, you're up.
Mine bum of the week is something that we just talked about not too long ago. It was the SummerSlam and all that. Now we were talking about this pre-show and that was good. That was a good one. I'm trying to talk here, and Julie, that was a good one. So
he's in the room again.
Ghost farts smell like death.
All right, I have to do this. So
sorry, Johnny,
we're talking about SummerSlam and stuff like that, and I didn't get a chance to see it. The only thing that I saw was the ending of John Cena and Cody Rhodes, which I already thought that it was going to end that way. I didn't know the whole Brock Lesnar thing was going to happen, but I kind of felt with the ending because Cena is on his like last leg of his tour, his retirement tour. I feel like this could have been a lot better to me. I felt like this could have been a lot better if The Rock and Triple H didn't clash with their egos, because this was all built up a long time ago and there was supposed to be more to this story. And with The Rock, not showing to WrestleMania or whatever the case may be, it's because of all these egos between both of them. It kind of fucked everything up with me, with wrestling, with WWE. Obviously, I'm going to still watch these shows, these bigger shows, because I'm still a wrestling fan. I'm still going to watch Royal Rumbles. I'm still going to watch the WrestleMania. But I feel like the more and more that, Nick Khan has his hands in there, obviously, and Triple H, I feel they're kind of messing up a lot of the wrestlers. Look at Karrion Kross, look at Jey Uso, look at the way that their wrestling careers are going. They were very hot. The way that promos that Karrion Kross does is incredible, and I just feel like they don't use them. Like it's just like look at Jade Cargill as well too. I thought she was going to be a next big star. I don't know what they're doing with her.
She can't wrestle.
It's just like, but still, there was other people that could have wrestled, but they're good on the mic as well too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I just feel right now like Triple H and Nick Khan, they're my bums because I don't like the 2 day events. You know, with SummerSlam, with Survivor Series. I don't know how you do with Royal Rumble as well too. Like they used to do this in the past where it used to just be one night. It used to be a great show. It used to be fantastic. You don't need 2 nights. I understand what they're doing. It's a business. I get it. They're just getting more revenue off of this, but to me, it's too much. It's just too much wrestling for me to watch, and I don't know. So that's my what a bum. It's the people in the back is Triple H and Nick Khan for they keep on continue changing it, and even The Rock too. I'm gonna blame The Rock too on this as well too because he's part of this whole thing, and his ego is just way too much, and he's not putting any effort into what he put his money, his investment in.
So, yeah, I agree with you on a lot of that, Johnny. If I corrected Jason with the Roger Goodell blaming the owners, a lot of it doesn't have to do with Nick Khan and Triple H. It has to do with TKO and Rahm Emanuel's brother, Ari Emanuel. Because since they bought both WWE and UFC, you've seen both of those companies change dramatically to where people are pissed at both. If you're a fan of the UFC and the WWE, those guys are sucking every single dime and penny out of both of those brands and the consumers. And that's the problem. Yeah, I understand it. Yeah, you're asking your wrestlers to do more. You're asking, your producers, cameramen, all of that. But you're asking a shit ton from your fans. The money for all of these SummerSlams and WrestleManias are through the roof, and people are still going. And that's the problem. It's like TKO and the Emanuels are they're going to be the ones that ruin this sport or entertainment.
I totally agree.
Like you were saying, look what they've done with UFC. I mean, like, dude, you could hardly keep up with every single event that they have and all that stuff. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, they oversaturate. That's why I don't watch a lot of UFC anymore. They just oversaturated it. I liked it when it was once a month, big fight pay-per-views. Then they wanted to make it do a fight night every week. The fight nights didn't need to happen, in my opinion. They could have just keep the pay-per-view card stronger. Less is more, and that's UFC just became too much and oversaturated.
Yeah, it's watered down.
You just can't keep up either. Like the pay-per-views and sometimes wrestling now is going the same way as UFC. They're a premium live event is at like Saturday at noon instead of like 7 o'clock prime time. And I get it. I mean, if you're having it in Saudi Arabia or in all these different places, the times aren't going to match up. But you can't expect people to drop everything that they're doing at a random Saturday or just random times.
But you know what? They do. And that's the thing. Like you were talking about the consumer and these wrestling, these fans and all that. They're buying it. They're staying home. They're waiting for these afternoon events. So there's people tuning in at that time. Obviously for us, we've been watching wrestling since we were little. Now that it's a little bit different now. We can't be keeping up and watching because we got schedules, we got things to do. So but the other part of it, the wrestling fan, the big wrestling fan who goes and wears a championship belt when they're going to an event, which I think is the dumbest thing in the world. And I'll say it to them. I don't know what the fuck you're bringing a belt for. It doesn't make any sense. So
I'm gonna cover that up real quick.
You're not bringing it to an event. That's the thing. You're keeping that.
You know what? I'm gonna bring our championship belt to the final tailgate to let them know that we're the tailgating champs.
Oh yeah, wait till that other guy that shows up with the tailgate. Remember that?
Oh yeah, didn't that guy? Yeah. That guy showed up with another belt. We have to have belt versus belt in Lot B ladder match.
Ladder match. Okay, all right.
All right, Peter, you're up.
All right. MVB. It's a list of people, you guys included, but Julie for setting up the Dave and Buster's thing. Scarlett, all of her friends, all of her cousins, everyone that came out to Dave and Buster's. It was a really good time. Dougie winning 1 billion tickets. But it's mostly Julie. Julie does all of the heavy lifting. She was the one that has the I'm the dumb guy, but she's the one that has the foresight to buy Lollapalooza general admission tickets, so we're not going to the bathroom in the porta potties. She's the one that has the foresight to be like, hey, let's not do our birthday parties in the backyard anymore. Let other people do the work for us so that we could have an easy weekend and enjoy stuff and enjoy friends and family and stuff like that. So credit to Julie, credit to Scarlett for her 8th birthday. She had a good time. And I just want to show a couple more pictures. This is Dougie, happy as a clam with his icy slushy machine.
He was a happy boy yesterday.
He was a happy boy yesterday. And I want to credit both Julie and Johnny because we took a family bum picture with all the kids and all, Uncle Jason and everyone else in our bums gear. And I mean, this is a perfect time to announce it. We're probably going to put these shirts on sale. We have a girls version and a guys version. Johnny, you killed it with the design. Yeah. Julie helped with the idea.
Well, this was you got to also put Julie on here too.
Yeah.
Because we were both been talking about this whole logo, and she helped a lot on this as well too. So it was both joints.
So I mean, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for enjoying. It was a fun ass Sunday at Dave and Buster's. But yeah, so if you guys keep an eye out, probably later this week we're gonna have a Little Bums both guy and girl version, a little something for everyone. So if you have a little bum in your life, that merch is going to be on sale.
I have a little bum.
Yeah, you have a big bum. And then my bum of the week, we talked about Lollapalooza. I talked about me and Julie getting the GA plus. I feel like Pat Tomasulo is very well liked in the Chicagoland community. He's the morning WGN funny guy. Mm-hmm. He had a rant on his TikTok and Instagram page where I didn't want to put here because I'm not going to give him free ad and free, publicity, even though he's a gigantic star and I'm just baloney. But he had a rant about 40-year-olds not going to Lollapalooza anymore. And it was funny. And he was joking about, teenage girls not being all that dressed and 40-year-old people shouldn't be there and you got to know where. So when he's like, you should be at a wine bar instead of Lollapalooza. And to that, I said to Pat Tomasulo's dusty, crusty old ass is like, what the fuck do you do that you're too tired to go to fucking Lollapalooza? I'm out here fucking working day and night outside with my hand. You're a fucking morning show guy. You wake up early and tell a couple of jokes and you're too tired for Lollapalooza. Get the fuck out of here. The fact that he's like, oh, you should be at a wine bar. Dude, wine bars are fucking boring. Dude, yeah, no, I'll go at you too. Wine bars and I'd rather be at some fucking throwing bags at some fucking shitty ass suburban brew house or craft brewery. All those fucking shits are boring. It's all people doing the same thing with. I made the joke about their Cold polos and your Dockers and your Lululemon pants. What the fuck you gotta do? Enjoy yourself. Go watch some live music. Have a fun time outside. Chicago is the best city in the world. Breaking news: Grant Park was awesome. We got perfect weather. It was a great time. I'm gonna double back. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to Lollapalooza next year. Pat Tomasulo.
All right. So then.
Well, you tell him that.
What are you going to do for the other 364 days? Wine bars.
Go to more concerts.
Bags.
He was like, yeah, I'd rather be at a wine bar. I'm like, fuck. You fucking boring ass Pat Tomasulo. Pat Tomasulo is like a poor man's Sebastian Maniscalco. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to be all tough with his jokes and his little accent and stuff like that. You're not fooling anybody, Pat Tomasulo.
Birthday party next year at wine bar, just to make Peter uncomfortable.
No, we're gonna get tickets to go see Pat Tomasulo at Zany's in Rosemont.
Open invite, Pat Tomasulo. Come on the BumCast.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna take us home. I got two bums. My first one, he's almost. I feel like he's here once a month. it's Boop Nightingale again because he had to open his mouth about the fucking Sox and the trade deadline. And I'm just going to play the clip. And if you're watching the pod, I apologize in advance for how many times he blinks.
Trade him now. I don't think they can pick up that option. I think it's stupid to throw another $20 million down the drain. If anybody thought he was any good, they would have grabbed him. I mean, they were begging the Philadelphia Phillies to trade him and trade to him, and the Phillies had no interest. I mean, everybody sees the same thing. The guy rarely plays. I don't care how much talent you have. Anthony Rendon's got talent too, but he's not playing. So what good is it?
So which is it, Boob? Is it Chris Getz is too hard to work with, or they should have gave him away for nothing? I don't get what his take was on that, but apparently he's upset that Chris Getz didn't roll over and trade Lou Bob for being good now, that he should have just traded him away for nothing, but he's too hard. He's just talking on both sides of his mouth. And maybe he's just on too much coke or something from all the blinking, but allegedly.
I haven't seen a video of him in a hot minute. That dude's just RFK Jr., bro.
But I mean,
to go back to lose.
Oh, I didn't know it was gonna play again. I just wanted to make.
I don't want to see this again.
The Pizza Hut lamps that he has back there.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah. Don't be mad at Chris Getz for not getting the right deal he wanted. Lubav's been playing better, and they're probably going to pick up his option. And he should hold out for the deal that makes it worth better for the team. He's not going to be taken advantage of by GMs anymore. So, boo, bum of the week. Second bum, big bum, huge bum, might be bum of the year because this tweet was the most insensitive piece garbage I've seen in 2025 after the shooting in New York. Last week, he said, "Thank God the New York City shooter apparently took the wrong bank of elevators and didn't make it to the NFL floors. He reportedly brazenly blamed the NFL for what he believed to be his CTA suffered from playing high school football. So good. Thank God the peasants were murdered and not the executives and employees at NFL Network, because that's what really matters in life is the NFL employees and not the other people who were tragically murdered on this event. Fuck you, Skip Bayless, you fucking insensitive prick." That's all I got.
No, that's perfect. It was crazy to think that he's been a part of the media forever. He typed that out and didn't even think twice before hitting send. I saw this. I thought it was fake at first. And then it was like everyone ran with it. I'm like, holy shit, Skip Bayless, not only is he a fucking asshole, he's a fucking dumbass too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I had to go to his profile to make sure that it was, because nowadays it's like they change one letter, like an L is an I, and you get fooled all the time. But I don't know, man.
My God, it's and I tweeted this out. It's amazing how polar opposites him and his brother are. Like one's like a kind, quiet philanthropist who likes to take care of people. The other one's a fucking arrogant, selfish, loudmouth.
I still forgot about Rick Bayless.
Yeah,
poor guy. They probably go to the Thanksgiving. It's like, man, you go sit over there, bro.
Yeah, Mom. What'd Skip do again?
Jesus Christ. So yeah, bum of the week, Skip Bayless. MVB, Peter for inviting us on Sunday, and Joey P for having us over on Saturday. Really appreciate it. So much love to the bum fam. You're okay too, Johnny.
You're okay. You're okay. You're okay too.
Yeah. And as we mentioned earlier, make sure you keep a watch out for our watch parties at Remova Loft. We got 4 dates locked in, so the links will be going out this week. So make sure you clear your calendar, set the alarms, do all that good stuff, and we'll be ready to party with you for some good Bears football season.
Save the dates. It's gonna be
Save
fun.
the dates. All right, guys, that's our show. Thanks everyone who commented, joined along with us. We appreciate you all. Bears are going to be back for preseason week 1 Sunday. So Bears are officially back on Sunday. We're excited. We'll be having some way too overreactions for game 1 on Monday. Until then, have a great week. See you soon.
Bear down, baby.